Hey, it's another day, so I guess that means that there's going to be another piece of bad news that involves Activision Blizzard, right? Seems to be the way things go nowadays, with all the bad stuff going on at Blizzard and all the bad stuff going on at Activision over the past few years. I mean, it just keeps piling up, doesn't it? And this piece of news, luckily, is not as, it's bad. It is bad. I mean, but luckily, it's not like taking advantage or exploiting people bad. So this is just more sad in this situation here. But just under 2 years ago, they came out with a remake of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. They combined them together into one remake. And across the board, critically acclaimed, user acclaimed, gamer acclaimed. People love that game, right? And it did well. And everyone thought, okay, well, they must be doing the next few games as a remake, right? Or there must be a sequel coming up, right? It would be what you would think. And you wouldn't be wrong. You definitely would not be wrong here. Except that any kind of plans for a sequel were completely scrapped, which is unfortunate here. So here we are on The Escapist, and the headline, which I'm sure you've already read by now, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 remake was planned before Vicarious merger, says Hawk. So Tony Hawk, straight from his own mouth, came out and said that, when Vicarious Visions was absorbed into Blizzard, that Activision basically threw out any plans that they were going to have for a sequel to 1+2 remake. Brr. I will put the link to this article in the description like I usually do here, guys, in case you want to check out the article yourself. But basically what it's saying here is that Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake was well received, right? So naturally people thought that 3+4 would be coming next. And Tony Hawk actually confirmed himself saying, yeah, that was the plan. That was what was going to happen. But that was all until Blizzard, or Activision Blizzard, announced that Vicarious Visions was going to be merged into Blizzard. So Tony Hawk was recently on a live stream actually talking about this.
I wish I could say that we had something in the works, but Vicarious Visions kind of got disbanded, and
True.
Activision's going through all their stuff, so I don't know what's next.
Just a little thing. It's fine.
Yeah, dude. If there's a 3 and 4 or whatever, you know how to reach me.
I mean, that was the plan. Even up until the release date of this, we were going 3 and 4.
Yep.
And then Vicarious got kind of absorbed, and then they were looking for other developers, and then it was over.
Yeah.
Did Activision just not have faith into us?
They were actually. The truth of it is that they were trying to find someone to do 3 and 4, but they just didn't really trust anyone the way they did Vicarious. So they took other pitches from other studios. Like, what would you do with the THPS title? And they didn't like anything they heard, and then that was it.
There you go, straight from the Hawk's mouth, right? So if you didn't know already, though, with Vicarious Visions, it was announced in January 2021 that they were going to be absorbed into Blizzard completely, fully. Like, the whole studio was going to be absorbed in there, where they would collectively develop Diablo 2 Resurrected, which I don't know that game went over too well. Like, I think it did okay, but I don't know. I have some friends who are diehard Diablo fans, and they kind of just passed it over. So if that tells you anything, I don't know. The merger was announced to be officially complete this past April. It's disappointing and a little frustrating to confirm that Vicarious Visions intended to develop Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 prior to the decision to merge it into Blizzard, especially if Activision had no backup plan for how to continue the franchise without this team. Yeah, I really can't disagree with that. It is really unfortunate that they would, kind of let them go out on such a high note. They released this remake. It does well, critically acclaimed. It seemed to have sold pretty well as well. And, for them to not get the chance to do 3+4 and to, just absorb the team in there without them saying anything, like, it truly, truly is a company that does not listen to its customers or the gamers that support it. And, I fully trust Tony Hawk's perspective and what he has to say here, too, because I don't know the guy, never met him or anything, but he's always seemed like a really straight shooter and a pretty positive dude. So, like, when he goes on here talking about it, I have no choice but to believe what he says. He has never come out and said anything, that would even be close to a lie, at least from what I understand. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the guy. I haven't followed his whole career, but the guy seems pretty legit. He has always seemed pretty legit. And to hear him talk about it here, I mean, you could hear the sadness in his voice. Like, I know that they've done interviews with Tony Hawk in the past, and him basically saying, you know, that working on these games has been like basically one of his second loves, you know what I mean, next to skateboarding and his family and stuff. So like, you know, it's really sad, man. I really hope that they get a chance to do the remake here. Maybe at some point when Microsoft actually gets this to go through, you know, the buyout of Activision Blizzard here, maybe they'll grab Tony Hawk and say like, hey, listen, like we want to do 3+4, you know, with you. We will fund it. Like, I hope that that's what they do. I really do, because I could see that happening. I think it's in the cards. And I think Microsoft is really trying hard right now to make face with gamers around the world, right? So I could definitely see them trying to sweep Tony Hawk. Who knows? They might even see this article and they might be calling him up like this week to be like, hey, Tony, like, just hold out. Like, once this buyout hits, we will like get you back on here. We'll get the Vicarious Vision guys back together. You know, we'll even start like your own studio to do these games. We'll see what happens, right? Anything could really happen at this point. Well, there you go, everybody. Man, crappy news, right? For those of you who are Tony Hawk fans. But let me know what you think in the comments. Were you really looking forward to another game? Are you kind of sick of Tony Hawk? Like, what's your perspective on this? For me, I think it's really sad that he doesn't get to continue to make games. But, you know, there's been so many Tony Hawk games over the years. Maybe you guys feel differently about it. But regardless, as usual, I just want to say thank you for watching. And, of course, I'll see you all in the next one.